I'm taking on corporate greed and oppression, but you know what? I'm also showing these amazing, beautiful array of women and young girls around the country and the nation and the world maybe, that you can be your authentic self. You can be totally who you are, run for office, win, and go in there and do amazing things to change the world for the better. My parents were born in Palestine, around maybe 9 or 10 years old. My dad, my grandmother, and my uncle had gone to Nicaragua. My mom pretty much grew up her whole life in Palestine and came to the United States at 21 pregnant with me. They settled in Southwest Detroit and raised all 14 of us. I'm the eldest of 14. Probably best prepared me more than my law degree or anything. Was being the eldest of 14 and being a child of immigrant parents. I was my mom's social worker, my mom's translator, the third parent in the house with all my siblings. It really did keep me, in a sense, grounded, fully understanding that, my immigrant family, we're not being welcomed with empathy. And I don't know why. It made me angry. It made me, though, passionate and determined to change that. But I think it made me the protector that I am of my district and my community. And I like to tell people the story of when I was younger, we go up to the cashier. My mom would ask the questions that she wanted me to translate to the cashier. And of course, the cashier kind of looks down at me and says, she needs to learn English. And I laughed and, of course, started bopping my head and said, well, excuse me. But if you notice, I'm not translating what you're saying to my mother. I'm only translating what she wants to say to you because she does speak English, but people like you make fun of her. So either you want her to learn English and be open to the fact that people are learning, but you want her to speak your English. Of course, we walk out. She left everything on the counter and walked out and said, we can never come to this Sears again because of you. I know when I share that story, a lot of, especially daughters, always tell me I have similar experiences. One of the things that happens when immigrants come here for economic opportunities, for a better life, to feed themselves, they're not running away from who they are, their language, their music, their culture, trying to take that away from any of our immigrants, trying to strip them of anything that defines them is, it's kind of a form of oppression. It's a form of just like rejecting who they are. And that's not what I think our country should be about. And yeah, my mother wants to learn English, but let her say it in that beautiful accent of hers. Let her mix a little bit of Arabic with the English when she goes and speaks to a cashier. It's just who she is. And if anything, it should make us smile. The lens that I bring even to the United States Congress as a child of immigrants is different. I come with that lived experience of the othering politics, of the fact that, people like my mother, myself, and even raising my 2 Muslim boys in the United States, that many of these policies and many of the things that are happening are so unbelievably dehumanizing. And that, if anything, it just moves me with a sense of urgency to fix it and make sure that nobody ever feels that kind of pain. Many of us here, especially a child of immigrants, we didn't come to be first of anything. I didn't run to be the first Palestinian woman in Congress. I didn't run to be one of the first Muslim women ever elected. I ran because I was really tired of the corporate greed. I was so infuriated with people that had money that thought they could treat us less than, that they would get a bump even though they don't need it, while people don't have their own resources. Their communities are falling apart because we're investing in big development in downtown versus the neighborhoods. We have left our immigrant neighbors with practically a system that just is to the point where it just doesn't work for anyone. If you open that curtain, there are people benefiting for it to stay this deteriorated. It is people making money off of our broken immigration system. It is schemes after schemes, corporations. It is for profit when it comes to detention. Criminalizing my immigrant neighbors has made people rich, made people wealthy. And so I want that to come to light, because if we really wanted to supposedly do something about it, we know the folks that benefit from our immigrant neighbors being in the shadows, we know who they are. We never, ever make them the target. We target the innocent. We target those that just want to feed their children. We want to target those that just want to be able to have a better life. And I want to take corporate greed out of our immigration system. One of the key things is trying to make sure that they hear us in Congress, that they hear us in the White House. Speak truth to power is what I call it. Speak the truth, because if we did, then we would pass a beautiful, massive overhaul of our immigration system that we can all be proud of.